Namaste, welcome to Saturday Sadhana. Thank you for joining me. It's such a pleasure to be here and to teach each Saturday just a little session, mainly in English avec des petites touches en français pour ce Saturday Sadhana. This week I really wanted to celebrate being back more or less on form after having a great big chunk of skin taken out of my right thigh to remove the cancer that is in the thigh. Donc je suis à peu près revenue aux normes au niveau de mon corps après l'opération pour enlever le cancer qui s'est installé via la peau dans ma cuisse droite. And so I wanted to celebrate that, but I wanted to celebrate it by showing you the routine that I have been doing the last 2.5 weeks. Je voulais partager en fait la petite séance que je fais depuis 2 semaines et demie, because it's been very restricted, but it's been very simple, rich and nourishing. Ça a été simple, mais très riche et très nourrissant à la fois. So I thought I'd share that with you. I couldn't actually sit like this until about 4 days ago. So what I did was I started my session on my back. Je ne pouvais même pas m'asseoir comme ceci, donc j'ai commencé mes séances sur le dos, and that's what we're going to do this morning. So come onto your back. So come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. Genou vers poitrine. Now, if you can't do this, which I know is a problem for some, just bring your feet to the floor and place your hands on your tummy. Amène les mains sur le ventre et amène les pieds sur le sol à la place. But if you can, bring the knees into your chest here and just breathe. And you just let the organs kind of descend into the earth beneath you. Laisse les organes, laisse les poumons, le cœur, ventre descendre dans la terre. Just really releasing down into the earth and breathe here. And then as you inhale, stretch the legs up and let the arms come over. À l'inspire, laisse les jambes s'étirer vers le ciel, les bras vers l'arrière, and then exhale, come back into yourself. If you're here with the legs on the floor, it's the same thing. Lift the legs and maybe just bend them slightly. Donc les options sont là. Inspire, inhaling, stretching and opening. Expire, exhaling, coming back, and it's really just slowing things down and using the breath. That's all I did. And then come back to center. Revenons centre. Breathing here. Then place the feet on the floor. Place les pieds sur le sol, and then just drop over to the side. Just a little fetal position on the side. Petite posture de fœtus sur le côté. And then press into the earth and come up. Pousse dans la terre, puis relever. And then I couldn't even bend my knees, so I was like this to come up and over. And then it was easier. Et puis c'était plus facile de placer les genoux. Je vais juste enlever ça, comme ça vous allez voir un peu mieux. À 4 pattes, so coming onto all fours. And as you can hear, I actually had to tuck my toes. Moi, je devais retourner les orteils. C'était plus facile. But if you can, the feet are on the floor. Cat-cow, Bittilasana, Manjariasana. Inhaling. And exhaling really slowly. You can keep the toes turned. It's absolutely fine to do that. Inhaling. And exhaling.
And really feeling that the breath was actually nourishing my whole body. Sans que la respiration nourrit tout ton corps. Back to center. Now I could just about do this. Je pouvais juste faire ceci. Genoux pliés, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then exhale back onto the knees. Balasana. Now I couldn't actually do Balasana. So my bottom stayed in the air and my arms slid forwards. Donc les mains glissaient vers l'avant, les fesses restaient dans l'air. And you can choose this if you like. This is a really, really open Balasana, child's pose. It's just so lovely for the spine and the shoulders. Feel like you've got that space and that energy. L'espace et l'énergie qui traverse la colonne, qui ouvre les épaules. And as you inhale, come back onto all fours. And as you exhale, place the left foot in front. And once again, not too easy for me to put my foot down because it pulled too much on the thighs, so I kept it tucked under. And then inhale back, Ardha Hanuman. Exhale forward, lunge. Inhale back, Ardha Hanuman. Not too far, I couldn't do anything too far, so let's stick with that. Je pouvais pas trop faire ici, donc je vais rester vraiment dans la cadence et la tendance de ce que je pouvais faire. Last one. And then back to the front of the mat. Balasana, child's pose. So let's stay forwards. And then I would also come onto my fingertips. Je venais sur les bouts des doigts, just to create that little extra bit of space in the shoulders. And there's a kind of little rocking motion. Il y a un tout petit bercement avec les doigts that I just found so nourishing. Just playing with breath and micro movements. Joue avec la respiration, les micro-mouvements. Just to move the energy around the body sometimes is an amazing feeling. Then the right foot came forwards and I had to help it forwards. Place myself. And the same thing. Inhale back. Place ton corps. N'oublie pas que c'est toi qui doses et gères. Et juste le simple fait de, des fois, bouger très humblement, très simplement, permet les énergies de changer, point de vue, perspective de changer. And then come back to the front of the mat this time. Did a little Adho Mukha, little downward dog, and I would pedal this out. Just to feel like I've got a little bit of opening in my otherwise fairly stiff legs. Ça m'a aidé à sentir une toute petite ouverture dans mes jambes qui étaient en fait assez raides. And then walk the feet forwards. Marche les pieds vers l'avant. And just release that down. Maybe just spread the feet a little bit. Hold the elbows. Maybe just a little rocking or a little up and down here, like a little lymphatic drainage, un petit peu de drainage lymphatique. Toujours très agréable quand on est un petit peu dans les énergies qui stagnent. So when things are stagnating or stiff, a little difficult, it's always nice to have that feeling that you can shift things. Then release your hands, relâche les mains. And then gently inhale and roll up. Come into standing.
And then inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. And then I like to hold on to my wrist here. So I've got my left wrist and right hand. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. And just create a little bit of space on each side. Crée un tout petit peu d'espace. Sur chaque côté. Coming back to center, other side. Reaching up, over and around. Coming back to center. And then reaching that down. And then I kind of made my way back down to the earth. Et puis je revenais vers la terre. Inspire. And then expire. And I bent my knees because it was a little too painful to try and do it any other way. C'était un peu trop douloureux de faire autrement. And then just gently, I walk back, downward facing dog. Balasana, my version, but then actually instead of the Balasana, I slid my hands a little bit further forwards and did a beautiful Anahata Chakrasana, Anahatasana, just opening the heart. And then lifting up, and then walking to the side. Marche sur le côté, coming down, letting the legs come out. Very gentle twist. So this right leg could only really bend to here. So that's all I did. And I twisted. Donc j'ai juste légèrement plié la jambe droite. Si tu peux plier plus, comme je peux faire maintenant, super. Sinon juste un petit peu. La colonne droite. Et twist and release. Lift same side. Do the same height and bend on the other side as the first side. Fais exactement le même pliage sur ce côté que l'autre. And then back and straighten and then lift up. And a Paschimottanasana, a little forward bend. Take a couple of breaths de respiration. Back up to the body. Hands behind you, a little opening from tummy, chest to heart. And then back again. Dandasana to finish. I couldn't sit in meditation, so I just spent a few moments here. Je pouvais pas vraiment méditer dans cette position trop longtemps, je pouvais pas plier les genoux, donc juste un mini Dandasana. Just let the energy settle. Laisse les énergies se reposer. Beautiful. And then come back to the outside world. Thank you for joining my Saturday Sadhana mini practice, gentle openings for the body, mind and soul. Des toutes petites ouvertures pour le corps, le cœur, l'âme et le mental. Namaste.